atone for, here we are.
Your style of combat deserves nothing but contempt. Even if you were not Xenos, such a cowardly race would still have no right to survive.
Okay.
How ugly you are on the inside, monkey. Nothing but a bloodthirsty monster. A curse your people inflict upon more enlightened races.
They are not friends.
Rise to the top or get left in the dust.
But I mean, in the end, her fighting style, she's just a sniper, right? What's wrong with that? Guess no close combat. But I mean, Ulfar's also using, like, range combat.
I always keep my options open.
I don't know why, but this map gives me like serious Wrath of the Righteous vibes. Spikes have been fashioned from whatever the creator had to hand. This pitiful barricade is unlikely to stop anyone who is determined to get through. But I wonder who's projecting against who? Some
Keep your
overseers?
wits about you.
The sentry rubs her eyes and gulps at you. One half of her face is covered with a bulky, rusty augment of unknown purpose. You came to rescue us! Praise the God Emperor, it reached you! The sorcerer's message reached others like him. May he rest in peace. We are most honored by your presence. Please come forward, quickly, out of the darkness. The woman hurriedly checks out a nearby lumen, her hands visibly shaking. These creatures come from the dark, you see. But not for much longer, not for much longer. And now you're here. And Mistress Lichtenhardt has already found a way to help us. It has a Diablo feel to it. True, that as well. But what is hiding in the darkness? Demons? Heinrix dourly listens to the sentry's speech, takes a few steps forward, and intently peers at her face as the woman herself freezes in fear. Then Heinrix scowls and casts a glance at you. We need to hurry. And Edward examines the sentry's face and has to roll on low warp. That's not a good sign. Even under the wavering lumens, you notice something strange. The slightly skewed proportions, the almost indiscernible asymmetry of her face features. Looking at the other sentries, you see the same oddity in their faces too. And the fact that they are all wearing the same strange ramshackle implants, which clearly are not combat augmatics. Are they heretics? Are they cultists? Heinrix meets your eyes. Noticed, haven't you? Don't jump to any conclusions. It could be a local genetic anomaly. It could be something else. We can't say anything for sure. Yet. Heinrix looks past the sentry. And Edward surveys the barricades. They do not appear to be very sturdy. Please, my lord. The sentry is on the verge of... I think it's still the same, but it can't jump to another one. Please, my lord. The sentry is on the verge of tears. Do you think we're trained guardsmen? We're from the expedition convoy. We've listed here for generations and... Up to now, the God Emperor has guarded us from misfortune. But now we have to fight. The survivors have all gathered in the tunnel with handed out weapons. But how is that supposed to help us against these butchers, when we don't know how to use our weapons? So, what is happening on the planet? It is terrible, my lord. I don't even know how to describe it. It's been... how long has it been? A few months, probably. A few months of being plagued by these sorcerous beasts. As soon as night fell, they came, creeping right out of the shadows, black as soot. There's no stopping them. The only thing that's worked so far is keeping the fires burning and maintaining a constant watch. And even with that, the creatures drag us off in ones and twos the seconds we drop our guard. Heinrix furrows his brow. Sorts of creatures from the shadows. Could they be demons? That would explain the presence of warp anomalies in the system. A local breach. I like the respect the Imperial Guard gets in this game, so many Warhammer fans discount them as useless. True, usually they seem quite competent in the game. I wonder what kind of creatures those darkness thingies are. You mentioned an expedition. Yes, about 30 years back we were brought here with a load of clever people from some high-up adeptus of something or whatever. And we've lived here ever since. I've raised 4 kids here. 2 died at the excavations. 1 was taken by the monsters. And my youngest is still alive. Ugh. Excavations. Perhaps the expedition, or rather its objectives, were what Amelia was interested in. Of course, the easiest option would be to ask her directly. The interrogator shoots you a pointed, impatient look. I wish to see Emilia Lichtenhardt. Emelina, by the way, even though I say Emelina. Emilia. Mistress Lichtenhardt is inside in the pit. You go on, don't be afraid. She will be there to proudly greet you. Wisengard, thanks be to the Emperor for delivering you to us. I was kind of expecting the dialogue to end with the light going out.
Let us not dawdle.
But apparently I'm too paranoid. Or am I? A giant gate barring the way to the excavation site. Aha! The chill, where's it coming from? I knew it. I hate it. The creatures, they're coming. Weapons ready and God Emperor preserve us. They look pretty humanoid. And kinda Drukhari-like. Can I?
Your kind has no right to exist.
I can. Mandrakes. What are mandrakes? Alistair, what are mandrakes? Excavation sounds like something green, black, and silver came out of the ground. I don't know, looking at Dragon Age excavations rarely seem to be a good idea. Ah, damn it. We have people we don't want to kill, so Cassia can't do her usual stuff. Come on, Cassia, where are you?
On it.
Let's just put the front
It's
line
as
here.
good as done.
Make it the killing
Who
zone.
if not me?
And here you go, Cassia.
I'll see to it personally.
I would love that. Let's see, that will kill all our allies. Press the advantage. Nice, we can almost one-hit them. But they are quite powerful. The Mandrakes can be found in Alandark, a region of Komorra. Literally fallen into shadow, it is one of the several districts of Komorra that exist in more than one dimension at once. In Alandark, shadows thicken and rife as living things, flowing into one another and attempting to capture those who venture into the district. The vile breed of their species is secretly feared even by other Drukhari, for Mandrake can pull itself into any region of the space-time through another being's shadow. That really sounds quite unpleasant. Thank you, Alistair. Let's look at them.
I
Here
am
we
a
go again.
try to die with grace, at least.
Can we do more? Let's boost that
I'm
wall.
not accustomed to being ordered around.
Alright. Inquisitor's Decree.
High momentum.
Here we go,
On
Cassia.
it.
Finest hour to Ulfar.
I'll paint your death in colors.
And after that, with Edward, we can give Cassia another turn. Let's go here and Flamer Shot Spray, that sounds fun. Can I kinda just hit those two? Here? Here? Ah, damn allies. How about if I go here? Ah, seriously? Or here? I don't like the setup of our enemies. Ah, come on. Then we just attack one. And it's you.
I hunger for battle.
And let's kick you. Kick. Nice. Kick to death. More fire.
Feel the icy bite of death!
I like fire. And bonk.
I will carve runes out of your bones!
I finally feel with Ulfar that actually using versatility works. But it can also be that I just didn't get versatility before. Maybe it's not the game, maybe it's me. Ah, seriously. How about you? Let's attack you.
Wolf is on the hunt.
Yes. Wildfire. Unfortunately, we can't go for the throat. For whatever reason. It just costs 1 AP.
My instincts tell me to refuse.
Now I know why.
So it shall be. Die in disgrace.
Did you just die but still parry? Curious. Okay.
Wolves reign.
There's a very good reason why so many of the Galactic's cultures and societies are afraid of the dark. Inquisitor Bastard Grim. Let's see if we can maybe attack both of them. Nice.
Our foes reek of cowardice. I will carve runes out of your bones.
I mean, Cassia's insane, but Ulfar is too. Look at that. I think we can end his turn here. Alright, Cassia. Gaze. Can I move? I can move a little. I can move enough.
I have read tomes of military tactics.
And I just love so much that it's still technically Edward's turn. Still first turn, almost everyone down.
Isn't this a job for the serfs?
And with the advantage,
If I may.
and once more. Come on, be enough.
No!
Yes.
These ruby flashes are choking me.
Right? Oh, seriously? Now we can
You
take
should
care
feel
of this guy
honored to
here.
witness this.
Here we go.
Emperor,
1
give me
HP.
strength.
What? Why is he surviving?
I am a navigator, not a servitor.
That seems like a bug. You should be dead. And I mean, like, probably Fry's dead. Shh. Cannot use power from pain. I don't get why they don't die. Sending touch of the warp. I don't get it. It seems like a bug.
I'm not accustomed to being ordered around.
We dealt way more damage than the thing can withstand. Is it like cause it's a war power, but there wasn't an issue before?
It's as good as done. Consider this a taste of what's to come.
What? Any ideas? What's happening? I don't even know what to do. It just doesn't die. Why not?
I won't object to it. Get me a target. Holy terror, smite your enemies. Your reckoning is due.
Aha. On its turn it died. Ah, but we have a Mandrake here. Let's take care of you.
Be careful not to cross my gaze.
I don't know what happened with this Mandrake over here. We will never know.
Isn't this a job for the... As duty demands.
Alright. Yeah, sorry, overseers. Try to save you. That's it inside. Nope. Nope. I think we already have quite cool armor. And weapons. Mainly weapons, to be honest. Our armor's more okay-ish. Also, I don't really know if we ever get like better armor for like Ulfar. This looks way too dark in here. I thought you were afraid of the darkness. People. Thanks be to the God Emperor. He hasn't forgotten us. He hasn't. Have you come to take us away from this place? You're here to save us, aren't you?
Centuries of service and practice.
Oh, that looks...
Damn it.
What
It's
the
a
heck?
Vox liturgy twisted by warp sorcery. Try not to listen too closely.
Why is that even
I
here?
cannot make out a single word, but the taint that hangs with these sounds in the air is almost palpable.
Why is that here? How could Emelina not notice this? Oh, I got a book or something, I think. Here. Malefic Tome. Belief in the Inscrutable. Heretical Follower. No one has that. Law Warp plus 25. If the wearer has heretical adherence, so it could just be used for like a heretical rogue trader. They and all their allies gain plus 20% dodge and armor. Ooh. But suffer a minus 9% penalty to their maximum wounds. I would take that. But we can't use it. Add Chicago. This altar would be unremarkable if not for the uncanny sound streaming from its built-in speakers. What was once a Vox recording of a liturgy service is now a malevolent parody of the noble faith.
Stop. There.
What? Hmm? Where? Just wanna have a look. There's Emelina. It looks kind of heretical what they're doing, right? Of course, it like kind of looks like a sun symbol, and also the purple. He's just playing Slay at full volume.
Always keep your eye on the prize.
It is quite empty here, and way too dark. People are stupid. Conveyor belt littered with a mixture of stone chippings and fragments of human-made items. The rust on the mechanical components indicates that this machine has stood idle for a very long time. And yet, there's still
Rise to the
servitors.
top, or get left in the dust.
As it should be.
Strange debris scattered across the table's surface. Your attention is drawn to the whimsical patterns on the broken pottery and tablets, but when you try to take a closer look, the world starts to swim before your eyes. Ooh, a safe.
This explorator is blessed with multifunctionality.
On extreme, I don't think anyone has that. Shift shock. Attack opportunity. Yeah. There. Here we go. Alright, Emelina. You don't look so righteous and dogmatic anymore. By the way, what I was wondering were convictions. I was wondering if like the convictions also change for your companions. Oh, and we are very close to Zealot. What does Excellence do? Any attack from allies that may hit other allies will be dodged if possible. Any allied ability that may target an ally and has resistant tests will be resisted by allies. So no friendly fire, I guess. Which doesn't do too much for us. But it seems to stay the same, even though we get Heinrix a little bit away from the Imperium, still dogmatic. Yrliet still doesn't care. Ulfar is quite dogmatic.
I always have a backup plan.
I have a bad feeling. The symbols on the skin must bleed. Again, hold them tighter. Good Emperor, help me. That sounds like heresy. The stooped figure draws back the hood of the grimy robe, revealing the emaciated face of a woman. Her skin is stretched taut over her skull, and thickly protruding augmentations, and her cheek is marred with several open wounds. She looks at you with a feverish gleam in her eyes. The visual description matches Interrogator Van Calhox. The sage blinked several times, and her head twitches. You made it here after all. Heinrich's usual mark of stoicism has melted away without a trace. He stares around him in undisguised dismay. Melina, what is this? You're performing the Arch Enemy's rituals, but... No, stop! Right now. Not another move unless I tell you. The sage draws herself upright, as far as her crooked spine will allow, and flicks several switches on her facial augments. Then she turns to you, ignoring Heinrich's words completely. Who have you brought with you, Interrogator Van Calhox? Clearance level? I mean, if she was part of the Inquisition, not sure if that holds any weight anymore, but I guess titles could be important. Edward von Valencius, Rogue Trader and the God Emperor's Anointed. Melina Lichtenhardt dips her head. Von Valencius, a Rogue Trader dynasty, territory to the galactic west of Foramundus. The head of the dynasty, Theodora von Valencius, has been flagged for heretical sentiment. Threat level. Heinrix gestures the room. What the hell you requested in your message, Melina? A void ship under the aegis of the Rogue Trader. It drags thousands of peoples and megatons of plasteel and caramite through the bowels of the warp. And for what? To discover that you have sold yourself to the arch-enemy. Melina shakes her head. You're drawing conclusions based on incomplete knowledge of the situation, Interrogator Van Calhox. Your judgment is impaired. But, I mean, she's doing chaos rituals. What is there to justify? Heinrix, why is Melina addressing you in this strange manner? I expect that Melina has chosen to seal the memory block containing data of personal nature. She does this whenever she's concerned that someone might try to extract information about Calcazar's coterie from her. Heinrix thinks for a moment, and then, in a clear voice, says, Sigma Prosperity. He pauses before repeating the strange phrase. It also seems so incredible that you can just seal off parts of your memory, but also have like code words. And as it sounds, when Heinrix explained that, it seems like something biological. I hope I pronounced it correctly. PP Hunter? Thanks so much for following. I hope you're enjoying the stream. Maybe I just call you a Hunter. That's easier. But yeah, thanks so much. The remnants block you are attempting to access was repurposed. It now contains knowledge of the rituals performed by the shamans of this place. My standard working memory alone was insufficient to record all the nuances I uncovered in my research here. So she completely erased all personal memories? Heinrix looks as though he has been punched in the guts. Melina, you delete the data about all the members of Calcazar's units. You wiped us all. That must be hard. And I mean, for what? For doing like heresy? I'm really fine, really enjoying the game. How are you, friend? Of course not. I retained the portion of Reminiscence Block's data relating to the operational significance of the Lord Inquisitor's unit. That is how I was able to recognize you, Interrogator Van Calhox. But yeah, nothing deeper. I wonder why... What is she attempting? Is she believing that she's doing like something good for the Imperium? Probably, but that can also be like part of corruption, right? I wonder who corrupted her. Is it like Siege? Because of like power and change and magic? What has happened on Photon 5? 4. I came here on the supreme directive of the Lord Inquisitor. An Adeptus Historica mission was established on Photon 4 to study the origins of the civilization that once inhabited the planet. The world was once settled by humans. The mission aimed to discover which colony ship they came from and why they disappeared. The traces of the ancient culture uncovered in the layers of soil suggested the existence of primitive solar faiths among the dark inhabitants of this world. Faiths that are strangely similar to the worship of the archenemy. The surviving scrolls indicate that shamans used the gift of chaos to protect their people, to secure this harvest, to imbue their warriors with strength and vitality, and that this culture persisted for thousands of years. It's just trying to use those things, right? But I guess that's the lore of power, the lore of the powers of archenemies, and that's what got her corrupted in the end. I'm doing good. Glad to hear that. I think about purchasing Rogue Trader, but I got Dragon Age and Knights of Old Republic that I need to finish. How far are you in Dragon Age? Like, did you play all the games? Are you in the beginning of the series? Are you planning to play all of them? I have to say, Rogue Trader has some bugs which are a little bit annoying, but it's a great game. I really like the universe, I really like the lore, and you have really cool companions and quite a nice story. I would recommend it. I was cataloging data when the attacks began at one of the remote outposts. I immediately recognized the enemy by their tactics, Drukhari. They chose an unremarkable defenseless world where the nights last half the year. By the time 5 outposts had been swallowed by the darkness, the last astropath had been torn to pieces, and many calls for help sent to Carcassa's unit had gone unanswered. I realized that no one was going to save these people, or this knowledge, and so I put the knowledge to use for the good of humanity. Hey Melina, that sounds like you fell prey to heresy. Even though it's a noble goal, but I guess that's how it always starts. I'm playing Origins, got to finish that plus the DLCs in a chronological order because I want to enjoy the rest of it. Nice! Are you also planning to play 2 and Inquisition? I also really like those two. Currently playing Inquisition again. This is total insanity. Insanity is maintaining mental rigidity in fluctuating circumstances. This world is important for the Imperium and for our struggle against the enemies of humanity. To perish along with this world would be the height of wastefulness. And she sounds completely devoid of any emotion. Kind of freaky. I'm sorry I asked, but what are you trying to achieve here, Melina? The ritual was we interrupted. What was it supposed to do? And that's the more merciful option? What else does he do? Just like kill her? I would definitely recommend playing also the other Dragon Age games, but I mean, maybe you can just play Rogue Trader in between. Melina lifts her gaze upward. It will rid this world of its half-year-long night and the mandrakes of their total advantage over us. It will force a new heavenly body, this one of human making, to rise above the horizon and illuminate the dark side of the planet. If the ritual works, I will have remastered the secret of forging a new sun. Which is kind of funny because the Drukhari are also stealing existing suns. But yeah, quite ambitious. But why not leave the system? Why not just go somewhere else? The galaxy, or just the Koronus Expanse, is big enough to not just tamper with warp forces. This is madness. Madness, pride, and monstrous, staggering heresy. Heinrich's voice is barely audible, as if his throat has closed up in shock. Do you mean to say that you discovered a ritual for creating a sun? Here. Buried under silica and granite are knowledge and resources that could repel the enemies of humanity. But yet you're afraid of anything labeled prohibited. My memory contains thousands upon thousands of pages from manuscript tomes and scrolls. Contact with any one of these is supposed to guarantee instant death. But the preachers who claim these are liars. I am living proof of their falsehoods. You didn't die, but what became of you? What form of existence is that? A fine time to show your true colors, Inquisitor. Let's see if you will do what is right, and once again prove that you consider yourself above the rules. Which is kind of funny, because I would say, at least compared to us, Heinrix seems very dogmatic. Lord Ulfar, with all due respect to you and your chapter, keep your mouth shut. Your skepticism is the last thing I need right now. We have become interrogative on Kallax, and what any agent of the Golden Throne is predestined to become if they are able to see through the essence of things. And that really seems like heretic talk, seeing the truth. I have, as the Puritans say, succumbed to the heresy of radicalization. Moreover, in doing so, I am only following in the footsteps of our mentor. The only difference is that I have chosen the path of the Oblationists, while he chose the Xenos Hebrews, forging an alliance with the cursed Rukari. Calcazar? Is she just mad? Or did Calcazar actually do an alliance with the Rukari? Did he know we would be abducted? Is that why Achilles Calendar also knew about the Rukari? But that would mean that they both wanted to get rid of us, right? Oh boy. Melina, suppress your urge to debate internal matters in the presence of the Rogue Trader. Additionally, I will not tolerate insults to the Lord Inquisitor in my presence. No, you have already started, so you may as well continue this conversation. Why? It's just philosophical rhetoric referring to old men with a weakness for demagogue. Actions are being driven by this philosophy, interrogator von Kallax. Mine, yours, the Lord Inquisitors. Why are you avoiding talk about the fact that Xavier Calcazar is a dangerous radical? No less dangerous than I am. Except, I am not driven by utopian ideals, but by a desire to protect humanity, using a broader range of tools. I knew Calcazar was fishy. I'm not 100% sure if we should trust her, but then again, why would she lie about that? This is a classic Inquisition working with Xenos while condemning anyone else who does it, if he really is allied with them. I mean, so many people seem to be quite the hypocrites here. What do you call a broader range of tools as heresy, Melina? Unremarkable, commonplace heresy. Heresy that has taken on a twisted form in a mind subjected to prolonged contact with corruption. And the odd enemy has been gnawing at you from within, creating a star with a chaos ritual. You've crossed the line. No, you've obliterated the line. The line? Lines are for the weak and ignorant. Anyone capable of weighing the risk and making a calculated decision would have done the same as me. To protect the Imperium's domain, to deliver a preemptive strike even. Von Valencius. Melina whips around to you. You are a simple mortal endowed with huge power and privilege, ruling over worlds and holding millions of lives in the palm of your hand. Tell me, would you have done the same in my position? I do have characters who would say yes. Edward is definitely not one of them. In the end, you always lose. It always seems like people who expect themselves to be like above corruption or smarter than that, they always lose. No, I would not have made the same mistake. Linked vision and a narrowed mind. A range of trade in the hands of such a person is a dangerous prospect indeed. Melina shakes her head spitefully, her eyes filling with blood. The only one to answer my call, and you turn out to be a brainwashed pawn. I did not factor in the possibility of psychological dependence. Calcazar can be persuasive, especially to those who depend on him. A favored sorcerer, Arcaspelican renegade. Oh yes, interrogator von Kallax. Xavier Calcazar stalwart little soldier. You will die, just like Tanakia. Yikes. Sanities for the weak, Chaos Space Marine saying, It seems you like the same games I like, Ethan. Seems like it. Also really enjoying Dragon Age. Did you ever play Baldur's Gate 3 or Divinity Original Sin 2? Those are two of my favorite games. Or do you have any suggestions of games you would recommend? Emelina Yona Lichtenhardt. Heinrix begins stiffly formal before breaking off. Tanakia. What do you know about Tanakia? Is that a place? Is that a person? Emelina shakes her head. You don't even know what fate befell her, do you? I suppose it won't hurt for you to know something of it. A strange sound causes the sage to fall silent. She turns toward the tunnel. I have a bad feeling about both what she's revealing and about more mandrakes.